What's a name that you've only met terrible people with it? Every Tammy I've ever met has been an insufferable twatsicle. I feel for the Karens who did deserve all that all of a sudden. Carter, I'm a teacher and loathe that name. Scrolling to see if my name is here. Edit, so far so good. As a teacher, any spelling of Aiden, Jaden, Caden, Layden, and of course the Jacksons. I've never met a friendly Ashley, and I've met many. In my experience, people who call themselves Dawn have usually been assholes too. Erica, they were all nuts. Never met a Tracy who wasn't mean, manipulative, or dramatic, or some delightfully toxic combination of the three. Brandy all batshit crazy. Jen, specifically, if it's the Jen, the extra N holds so much evil. Jennifers are a coin toss. Every Karen I've met is absolutely not a Karen. Every Jackie or Jackie has been a total Karen though. Every Jason in my life has been a total asshole. For me personally, it's Ethan. I've only known of horrible people named that. Jeff or Jeff. They all seem to be fuckwits. Sorry to all the cool Jeffs that I haven't met. I teach in Spain. Every Mateo I teach seems to have behavior issues. I will never trust a tailor. I would say terrible people exactly, but I have dated 3 Brandons in a row, and I have not met a Brandon before or since. The first 2 were hung up on their ex-girlfriends, and the third one was fantastic in bed, but we disagreed on almost everything. I always say I've never met a good Anthony, especially if they go by the full name Anthony because Tonys are always great. I've never met a Zach or Zach that wasn't an avoidant as white man-child. Kevin. I hate Kevins. In my life, people who are named Jeff or Tom are absolute garbage people. Josh. It's always a Josh. Tiffany. I don't know why I can't meet a Tiffany I actually get along with. Melanie. You know what you did, Melanie? Denise. Every single one. Trump. Everyone with that name is a total asshole. People from China, perfectly fine. People named China, fucking run. Every Kyle on Earth has punched a wall at least once. Not a single exception. Yvonne, the fucking terrible. Gotta be honest, I'm scrolled far and didn't see Joshua, but it has to be that one for me. Megan, and every variation of the name, never met one that wasn't an egotistical, two-faced mean girl in some way. Honorable mention, Amanda. I am sure there must be nice ones out there, but every Ian, or Ian, I have ever met has been an insufferable know-it-all. Shelley. It is a nickname for my name and I will not respond to it. With one exception, every Shelley I've known has been a problem. Oddly, the exception was named Elizabeth, after her mom, and for unknown reasons she was always called Shelley rather than typical short forms of her actual name. Every Megan, or spelling variation thereof, has been a nightmare for me. Mostly girls I've dated, but some platonic too. Beckys are a rough lot, in my experience. How is Jackson not in here anywhere? All the literal worst for one or more reasons. Brandon. All the ones I've met are weirdos. Travis is almost always a bastard. I know one cool one. He is the exception that proves the rule. Every Rachel I've ever met has been an insecure bitch. Travis to me equals travesty. Kenny. All of them were white trash. Up until a few months ago, Jason. Every Jenna I have ever met is a B. Francesca. I've never met one who wasn't as pretentious as they were petty. Tiffany. Never met a good one. Every Bethany I have ever met was nuts. Stephanie, and I told one that I worked with that I had never encountered one who was normal or proper, and she reported me to HR because we were calling her Weffany. I've yet to meet a friendly Nevi or Hannah. Daniel. Sorry, but I have met over a dozen Daniels in my life, and each one of them has been awful for different reasons. If they go by Dan or Danny, they are usually totally fine, and this does not extend to anyone named Danielle either. Fucking Melissa. I've only ever met 4 Melissas and they were all horrible women in their own way. Den is a drama and mean. Alex. I have met 3 and they all sucked. Every Ronnie I've met has been a shitbag, and if your middle name is Lee, it almost guarantees you spend at least 1 or 2 nights in jail. Also, every Amber and Erica I've ever had to deal with are unhinged, batshit crazy psycho hose beasts. Casey, only the girl ones. I've personally never met a decent Holly or Ethan. Came here looking for my name. Haven't found it. Crosses fingers hoping no one says Caitlin lol. Never met a Garrett I liked. I've never met a Levi that wasn't an insufferable cunt. Karen, Debbie, Carol, Vicky. Kyle. It's always Kyle, unless it's Todd. I've only met 1 Grant in my life, and he was gross, so that name will always be associated with a horrible, gross person. I've never met a Lisa that wasn't emotionally and mentally unstable. They have all needed major medication to function. Any variation of Corey. Not terrible, but every Heather I've met has been a tramp. Netanyahu Trump Adolf. Every Sarah I've met has been a major bitch. Megan. It's uncanny. Kevin. I've never met a Kevin who wasn't just a terrible person in general. I've met a lot of Jasons who I'm not a fan of. Sorry, nice Jasons who I've never met. Amy. Very unkind, and only self-interested. Clive. I've known 2. 1 a physically abusive uncle, 1 a coworker who was eventually sacked for being recorded swearing at and insulting staff over phone calls. I feel like every Elizabeth I have met has been batshit crazy. Daniels who go by Daniel or Danielle. For some reason, if they go by Dan, Danny, they're lovely people. Heck anymore. Chloe, unfortunately. I think it's a beautiful name, but I've never met a nice one. Sure there's one out there somewhere, just not in my own experience. David. Every David I've met has been an absolute twat. Plus it might be Abbott biased because David saved me but still never met a nice one.